Jeff Bezos doubles time with Blue Origin to focus more on his space company. And the key points: Jeff Bezos has long dedicated Wednesday afternoons. That's the day. That's the life changing everything that he believes that Blue Origin is the most important thing he will ever do with his time on this planet. And he dedicated Wednesday afternoons to either updates or discussions at Blue Origin. People familiar with the situation told CNBC. In the past month, Bezos added Tuesday afternoon. So he, like, when they talk about double, he literally doubled. Even though he stepped down as the CEO back in, I believe it was June of this year, he has doubled his time with the company that he entrusted his life to go up into, I'll put it in quotes, space, and come back down to Earth safely. He has called it his life's most important work. And while demands on the time of one of the world's richest people are high, Bezos now is significantly committing more energy and focus to his space company. So doubling. So why I wanted to bring this up and give a quick shout out to Sonia over there. Good morning. The the So if you were in a situation where you find yourself, I have more than one brand, and you might not even realize that you have more than one brand. You might think, oh, I have these two different revenue streams. They're kind of related, but they're kind of not. That's probably two brands, two businesses that require two sets of amount of time to dedicate your efforts to. And I can speak for it. When I was younger, with the hats behind me here, we had a total of 5 companies towards the end of my tenure there at my family's business, and the time splitting was absolutely needed in order to get things done, right? And when I left there, I ended up starting not just one company, 234 Solutions, which is my consulting and coaching company, but also not long after that, I started Indie PodCon, which ultimately meant that I had 2 businesses that I was operating myself, and to this day am. So we go back to 2014 to now, and I want you to think about how you're divvying up your time when you're putting things in your business, even like micromanaging that time of like, okay, I'm only going to work 30 minutes on updating my website. I'm only going to work 30 minutes on putting some social media posts together. I'm only going to work 30 minutes on this or that or this in the company, and kind of divvying up your time in that sense. Because if you do that, you allow yourself to not have the runaway effect of like, oh, I'm updating my website, so it took all day, it took all afternoon, it took 3 days, and I got it done, right? But in the meantime, everything else suffered because of that, because you didn't plan out your updates, you didn't plan out your time usage so that other things don't fall behind. We are juggling artists. We're constantly juggling the balls of the business and balls of life and the balls of the people and the relationships and everything else that's going on around us. All of that all at once. And it's really important for us to really focus in, like, okay, so this hour I'm going to work on this, and this half hour I'm going to work on this and that. And the more you can kind of hone in that opportunity for those times, that's where it's going to be opportunistic for you to have the most growth as a whole, and you will actually start to feel like you're getting things done, rather than like, wow, I worked 6 hours and all I got done was my website, versus like, hey, I put in a half hour, I got one thing updated, and then I did two, I took the next 2 hours, split that up, and got 3 other things done. Now all of a sudden I got way more things done, rather than something like diving down the rabbit hole of updating your website.